Okay, so that was a very long chat that I just did. And the reason why I did it was that I've had so many questions rolling around my head. And, the federal government just had a huge gathering that included, you know, the entire cabinet of Trump. I believe the rest of the people were, I think there was a lot of AI going on. There has been a lot of AI going on. I think this is just a real time simulation. I'm very uncomfortable with the state of this country right now. I included personal situations to let you know how drastic things are and how much the trend is so downward in this country. Yet people believe this nonsense, which is even more strange. We're going to delve into Erica Kirk, and I have not watched this one yet, but let's do it together. And I think that I don't believe they were married, and I believe that she definitely was an asset. Um, I, I, like I said, I mean, I could spend, a day and get, well, I suppose if I wanted to, I could get some sort of boob job done in an office. I don't know what's being done these days, but you know, um, according to a source, well, according to a video I watched today, a call for an uprising. According to the guy that runs that channel, Erica never did a pageant before ever, but Trump personally invited her to be part of his Miss US or Miss. Wait a minute. How did she become Miss Arizona? Yeah, I'm not. I've got to. Yeah, that some of this doesn't make sense, but there is so much bullshit coming at us. Let's listen to this guy quickly about the witch in the room, the witch and the warlock. I think. By the way, I think Charlie Kirk, when I played that clip on my last video of him at an event at the campus nearby here, and this is a very heavily populated area, but that college is specialized towards a lot of different sciences like geology and biology, microbiology. My boss went there and got his degree in his master's in microbiology, and he lived nearby. Trying to think of other people. I do know other people very, very well that went there, and they were all in the sciences: geology, marine biology, and is it microbiology and another one I forgot. But it is well known for that, and it's a good community unless I've known a few people that kind of freak out when they come here because it is tough, because it's a tough area. And if you don't have street smarts and you haven't lived here, the first thing people say is, well, they bring up the white black thing, which I don't care for. And that just creates more problems. Or they bring up the crime and just the fear associated with being in a high tension area like that. Because it is. So, yeah, this girl, I don't believe ever did a load of laundry in her life. Let's go.
And I can almost guarantee you by the
Oop, oop. I have to start over again. Jason Boss. Yep, he's making us do it, huh? Wow. Okay, Jason. We'll go for it. Well, these sites are doing this now, but Jason, the guy that runs this site used to work for Google, so who knows what the hell's going on. Ah,
If you are not yet a member of the Patreon, link is in the description. Please consider by the end of this video what the outcome will look like for me. We spent quite a bit of time talking about Mr. Charlie Kirk, but we access to many videos you cannot find here on YouTube.
okay.
This is one of those type of videos where you're either going to gain a lot of subscribers or you're going to lose a lot of subscribers. And I guess we're going to find out together by the end of this video what the outcome will look like for me. We spent quite a bit of time talking about Mr. Charlie Kirk, but we spent very little time.
I mean, I honestly think that you need to know that going in. Well, this might, fuck me up. Might fuck up my following. Well, let it go. Let it fly. Eventually, people and you will come back to this video and say, wow, I'm just saying.
Time talking about the person who is now the CEO of his company Turning Point USA, Miss Erica Kirk. And I must tell you, it's very early where I am, but I couldn't wait to record this video because I found some very interesting information about Erica Kirk, and I can almost guarantee you by the end of this video, you will find out several things about Erica Kirk that you will not only find interesting, but I guarantee you that you've never heard before. Some of this stuff you've probably heard. A lot of it I can guarantee you have not. And it's videos like this that will further support the claim that a lot
Holy
of these
crap, it's only 17 minutes. Don't go through all this shit. Just tell us the straight dope here. Well, I know I do the same thing, but you know what I mean.
people, in my opinion, are placed in front of us. We think that they're regular, everyday people,
No.
come from good families, work hard to get to where they are, but these people are playing roles, in my opinion. And yes, we've already covered the fact that she was wearing a Freemason ring during her video where she was supposedly or allegedly rubbing the hands of Charlie Kirk in the casket.
And that is a mannequin. And James Fetzer indicated that. Oh, I know. You guys are,
Which I do not believe that was Charlie Kirk. Yes, we've already
that was a dummy.
Discussed her very odd and unusual behavior during her tribute video and also during the memorial service. I found her behavior
straight up, and then you can see her hair extensions. God, her hair looks like shit there too. Trump is just an asshole. I despise him.
To be very odd.
Oh, by the way, I voted for him 3 times, so just saying.
Which, by the way, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to go to her video and I wanted to see a woman that was grieving, and I was going to feel really bad, and I hated that she...
I just wanted to say, I wanted to see a guy, Charlie Kirk, that went on campuses and was really suave, sophisticated, intelligent. I have done, I used to do so many presentations, and it was easy for me. I knew the products, I knew my science, I knew what I was doing, but it took, at least maybe, I'm just giving an estimate, wow, 15 years to get there, because I started nursing school right out of, 1 year after I graduated from high school. So, I was studying and doing stuff related to this and memorizing things, and I worked so hard that after about 3 years, it just came so easily to me. And I knew exactly what to do and how to do it. and what points to hit. And this was speaking. You don't sell something. I mean, he's out there selling I'm talking about Kirk, the conservative brand. Why should you listen to him? Why should you listen to his ideas? But he was just sort of a badgering little dick. Yeah, prove there's a fire. I mean, that's not behavior that I respect. And I don't care how old you are. Like, it's just maybe I don't even care, how old you are. It has nothing even to do with age or generation. It has to do with the fact that maybe it is a generational gap. But this dude, I mean, cocky, a dick. And by the way, I did look up side effects of ADHD drugs with just doing the constantly fiddling with his hands like that, and putting up and taking down the microphone and putting it back up and all, and then fiddling with his hands, fiddling with the ring, not on his left hand, not on his wedding finger, but on his right hand. When did this guy get married? Oh, there was a hinge on the ring. Okay, gotcha. Can you prove that with 100% certainty? No. Okay, let's keep moving.
You have to go through this, but I went to the video and that's not what I found. It
Yeah.
was very odd. I'm not going to ignore my intuition and my human instincts, and everything's telling me that woman is acting. And it turns out that I'm not the only person that believes that, as many other women and
let's see what this guy's Twitter is. Maybe we can figure out. Maybe we can go there and follow him.
And I was gonna feel really bad, and I hated that she had to go through this. But I went to the video.
She didn't go through shit.
And that's not what I found. It was.
This is the problem here. Pete Hegseth and Trump and that hideous dude, the Secretary of State, and his horrible plastic females that he's got that look just like her, just a little bit different, but all the same stuff. This backfired on them. I'm so bummed out.
Very odd. I'm not going to ignore my intuition and my human instincts, and everything's telling me that woman is acting. And it turns out that I'm not the only person that believes that.
I'm another one. Widowed in 2005. Husband committed suicide. Funeral was several days later, and I was still a complete mess. Bawling while giving his eulogy. Oh, okay. Well, how could you even? I would, if I was crying like that, I would not go up and do a eulogy. Erica's speech was a deep fake performance, not that of a traumatized, shocked, heartbroken wife. My gut feeling wasn't good when watching Erica's speech. Wow, I thought the same thing. Killed and stuffed in a casket. Okay. He wasn't killed, though.
As many other women and mothers
By the way, I haven't even, since this happened, I was on Twitter for a day and a half, and then I blocked everyone that was talking about this like it was real, and then I haven't been back on that app except just to look up certain information.
Widows, and not only that, but white widows. For those of you who want to say that it's a cultural disconnect.
No, it's not.
There are many other white widows that also have watched this video that I have later found out that all feel the same thing. Her behavior was odd, but I digress. We've already discussed Donald Trump's odd behavior, not just on the White House.
Apparently, he's ripping up the Rose Garden to build his ballroom, which I think is bullshit.
lawn when he was asked about how he was doing less than 2 days after Charlie Kirk was supposedly taken out. And he said that not only is he doing very well, but he immediately deflected to some ballroom that they're building on the White House campus. Not to mention Donald Trump dancing and celebrating on stage at the memorial.
What is he doing? Wait a minute. He's dancing? Oh, this is the most strange thing I've ever seen. What is he doing?
As if this isn't once again a memorial. But I digress.
Why is he taking his finger and doing that?
How he was doing less than 2 days after.
Oh my God. This just keeps getting worse.
Charlie Kirk was supposedly taken out. And he said that not only is he doing very well, but he immediately deflected to some ballroom that they're building on the White House.
His hair reminds me of Joe Biden's now. It's flipped up and back and down to his shoulders. Why can't these men just get a fucking haircut?
Campus. Not to mention Donald Trump dancing and celebrating on stage at the memorial, as if this isn't once again a memorial. But I digress.
What is he doing with his finger, making like a whirly?
We're not going to talk about
what the fuck
any of that. I have a lot of new information for you, because we've also already covered that Erica Kirk won the 2012 Miss USA pageant, which was on.
No, it was Miss Arizona, not Miss USA. There is a difference. But that's okay. Let's go back.
Because we've also already covered that Erica Kirk won the 2012 Miss USA pageant, which was owned by Trump, which, by the way, in the evil truth behind the modeling industry on Patreon that I dropped several weeks ago, we actually discussed what actually happens to many models, as many models was interviewed decades ago, and they exposed a lot of the people that assaulted them and what it actually takes to become a top model and to actually win. And how Donald Trump, we also covered in this series, how Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein actually worked in this industry together, both overseeing and hand selecting themselves many of the women that modeled. I want you to keep that in mind for later in this video.
I think other presidents were more involved with Epstein than Trump was. That is simply my thought. Let's keep going.
But I do want to share that Erica Kirk actually shared on a podcast one time that she not only never competed or participated in any pageants before, but she also never done any modeling at any point in her life.
Never done.
Until one random day, she received an invitation in the mail to start doing it. So the story is something that takes many women years and years and years to perfect and to accomplish. Erica Kirk was able to join and win Miss USA or Miss Arizona within a year or two in the business. Now, once again, in that Patreon video that I dropped a few weeks ago, many of the models talk about how there's only about 1 to 2% of all models, regardless of what they look like, regardless of how good they are, that actually wins. Because it's more than just your performance that gets you.
There are some very beautiful models out there. She's not one of them. That have the natural prettiness to them. And she is just another bimbo looking chick. These are my opinions.
There. But I digress, because it gets weirder. Erica Kirk was also a casting director at the same exact time that she was modeling. Now, it's not clear if she was a casting director for Trump or not, but at the same time that all this was happening, she also owned a ministry that partnered with the U.S. military in Romania. And in the same area where they
So she's doing this with the USMC to joint sponsor an orphanage in Romania.
working, the locals were accusing many evangelical ministries of kidnapping children. Now, that doesn't mean that Erica Kirk did this, and I'm not accusing her of orchestrating these things or being behind this, but it is responsible for me to state that during the same time and the
Wait a
same
minute. Her organization was doing it, though.
area that her ministry was working, many of them were being accused of kidnapping and trafficking children. And yes, the responsible thing to say is many locals could be lying. That's true. But these children were being sent to Israel, the UK, and other
2001.
other unknown islands. I also want to state that Erica Kirk also visited the Pentagon in 2012 while she was modeling.
So I've been able to travel to the Pentagon. I've been able to meet General Salazar, who's actually out here.
What was wrong with her eyes here? Wow.
Erica Kirk also visited the Pentagon.
Oh, I do not like this woman.
In 2012 while she was modeling.
So I've been able to travel to the Pentagon. I've been able to meet General Salazar, who's actually out here in Arizona. And I've also been able to donate a Johnny's Locker to the Sojourner
Johnny's Locker. Ugh.
Center, which you're looking at right now.
Wow.
So there's been a lot of things that have been going on from
Miss Arizona USA. I had never heard USA tacked onto the back of that, but that was Trump, and you can just see the extensions and stuff here. This is so gross. Ugh.
working in the military to traveling to just being able to get out.
Well, here's another good one for you. Did any of you know that before any of this, any of the pageants, any of the modeling, Erica Kirk, before she was Erica Kirk, was actually an actress on television? Here's a clip from Bravo's reality show, Summer House.
Can't play video on YouTube due to copyright reasons. It is uncensored on Patreon. This is ridiculous. Now, we saw this yesterday, and as soon as I ended my video, I got the volume. So let's see if we can do it. Who knows? See, this is a problem. This guy the whole time is saying how I can't do this. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it.
Jordan's probably a virgin, so I'm setting Jordan up with my friend Erica. She's beautiful, and she happens to be religious. Oh, yeah, they are.
She's beautiful, and she just happens to be religious. Okay.
Jordan, if you don't take this to the next level, God help you.
Oh my God.
This is ridiculous. Okay, that's good.
Beautiful blonde hair, her smile, her radiance. I can tell that she's got not only our beauty, but in her beauty, and that's what I'm looking for.
These dudes look like women, okay?
Woman. So, how do you two ladies know each other?
We were in Miss USA together.
Oh, cool.
So she was Arizona and I was Miss North Carolina.
Congrats.
I have to tell you something I think about
What's going on?
You and I matched on Bumble like a year ago. Yeah, I never went anywhere. So I said, hey. And Jordan goes, hey, Sydney, glad we matched.
There was a me being genuine.
I said, me too, smiley face. Did you do anything fun last night?
Ghost. It's delivered. You're an asshole.
I think I was going through a phase of my life where I was like, I want to meet somebody in real life. I want to meet somebody with the same beliefs. I'm like a really big Christian. I'm like,
I'm a really good Christian. And then he's making the sign of the cross, which I don't. Is that normal for, quote, Christians? Whatever the hell that. Excuse me, Lord.
it's tough because like I watch it online.
I don't think I've ever met anybody that's like, hey, I'm going to go to church on Sunday.
I go to two different churches. It's tough to be a believer in the city.
Yeah.
I think you're a bright light in a very dark place.
So let's go grab
So these guys are wearing eyeshadow. I'm just.
one, you know? We'll grab a drink.
Ooh, come on, let's go do it, huh?
How about leading us on a toast?
Oh, sure. Hey, guys.
Oh. Okay. That's not what I wanted. Okay, sweet. We have the volume. So I just want to say to this guy, wow, what a phony you are for not playing this damn thing. This is what I'm saying. I don't like
Government, but specifically with. Well, how about this? Did you all know that Erica Kirk's mom not only worked closely with the government, but specifically with Homeland Security and the Department of Defense?
She's got her black and white shirt on. This chick is gone. I mean, she's just whoop, flew the coop.
Can I ask a question? This might be off topic. How did your mom choose Phoenix?
So she chose to move to Phoenix from
Look at her eyes.
Ohio because there was more of an opportunity for
Look at her cross. She has the Templar's cross on.
a female business owner out here, especially from the standpoint of she was getting involved with the government, so Homeland Security and Department of Defense. And so she had other business partners that were out here that were already in that industry.
In fact, do you even know who Erica Kirk's parents are altogether? It says here, Erica Kirk's parents are Kent and Melanie Francevy, or Francevy. Kent Francevy was a prominent figure in the defense industry, having chaired Raytheon's Israel division and been involved in significant military projects, including the Iron Dome. Melanie Francevy's background is less publicly detailed, but the family has been noted for their connections to conservative and pro-Israel circles. Erica's upbringing in this environment, combined with her own public roles, has placed her at the center of discussions regarding influence and alleged covert operations. Now, would you look at that? So that means not only was her family, currently her family is very well connected, but they're connected to Israel, the same foreign nation that many Americans are not rocking with right now, including myself. And I guess that could further explain Charlie Kirk's undeniable record over the years when it comes to Israel. I don't think many people ever thought that it was just strictly about the Bible. But this also means that Erica Kirk was successful and a millionaire well before she met Charlie Kirk, because of all these ventures that she was placed into before she met him. And now she is the CEO of Turning Point USA. But let's continue. Did you know that she is actually currently considered the most powerful woman in the country, and many are suggesting that she should run for vice president in 2028 alongside JD Vance, as many view Charlie Kirk as a future presidential candidate himself. And it also doesn't help when there are emails going out from Turning Point USA where Erica is stating that she will quote-unquote carry Charlie's torch. But we'll see. Let's talk about Erica and Charlie's first date. Apparently,
Carry his torch? We just saw what his torch was. Not much. This country has 380 million people in it. Excuse me, 300, 50 states. I live in the 31st largest state. I live in the largest city of that. I live in the 31st largest city in all the cities and all the states of this country out of 50 states. He got about a total of 300 people here during that time. What torch is she carrying?
it was for a job
Now, why
interview only after a quote-unquote close friend recommended that Charlie should hire her as they were celebrating a new Turning Point USA location. This was back in 2018, which is only 2 years after Charlie and Trump started working together on Trump's campaign. Remember, At this time, Erica Kirk had already been working under Trump in the modeling industry. So
He really wasn't working with Trump on his campaign. This is what I keep saying. We're being told things that aren't true.
So it would make the most sense to me that either Trump or someone close to Trump recommended Erica.
Storytelling. So we're here at Bill's Burgers in New York City. And right near this very table was the first time that I met Mama. And it started as a job. And
does that look like a child that is even related to this pervert of a man with his bleep hanging down, his little bleep? Yeah, I can't. Okay.
Job interview. I want to date you. And I said, I have enough friends. And that's where your journey started.
And I've already covered the weird story of the 72-year-old man that supposedly started Turning Point USA with an 18-year-old Charlie Kirk after convincing him not to go to college. But
You don't have that one right.
digress. Anyways, Erica has also shared the story of seeing Charlie in Israel. So there's the Israel plug once again. And notice that he looked familiar, but was too afraid to approach him. And then they would run into each other again.
What the fuck is she wearing?
In America, supposedly. And if I haven't blown your mind yet, keep listening. Did you know that Charlie Kirk's family was closely and heavily tied to Donald Trump as well, as his parents worked really, really closely in the Trump Tower? It says here, late Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk's parents were longtime Trump allies. Charlie Kirk's parents worked with Donald Trump long before the presidency. Unlike their extraordinarily famous son, Charlie's parents did not spend a lot of time in the spotlight. Not much is known about his mother, Kimberly Ann Kirk, but we do know that Charlie's father,
a project architect manager. I've heard that isn't so, but let's keep going.
Was Robert K. Kirk, and Robert had a pretty strong connection with Trump long before his son did. It's unclear exactly how Charlie and Trump became acquainted, but it's likely that it was through his father and the work he once did for the Trump organization. Kimberly's career and her affiliations are mostly unknown, while Robert was a businessman who worked as a project architect manager on Trump Tower in New York City. Now, would you look at that? Would you look at that? Once again, as I always say, it's the weird connections. How many people do you know are able to create a multi-million, well over $100 million yearly annual budget organization by the time they're 25 years old? Not saying that it's impossible, not saying it's never been done before, but you have to be connected to the right people. Right. You have to be selected to do these type of things in this world. What we were taught as children, how you can do it and you can make it and you can become whatever you want, it's a lot of stuff that was left out. Like privilege, like connections, like being a part of these secret organizations and societies. But not only that, Erica attended a Jesuit university, which is Regis University, located in Denver, Colorado. And her grandfather is a guy by the name of Carl Kenneth Franzvee, who was the vice president of American Banking Note Corporation, which is the same one tied to Secure Printing and
I'm telling you, this bitch has never done a fucking load of laundry in her life.
IDs, and was Grand Chief of the Independent Order of Vikings, knighted by the King of Sweden. But we go a little bit deeper. Meanwhile, Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA UK launched at the Royal Automobile Club under Prince Michael of Kent, Grand Master of Freemasonry. George Farmer, who was Candace Owens' husband, sat as chairman, tied to Andrew Tate long before Candace. So it begs to differ, begs the question, is Erica Kirk a CIA Mossad plant cosplaying as a trad wife that was hand-selected to be Charlie Kirk's wife? One could even argue similar to how Melania was hand-selected for Mr. Donald Trump himself.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, first, Trump was married before that. But they're really married, and they really did have a kid. Yeah. Okay.
But I'm not done. The biggest red flag, in my opinion, whether you all agree with me or not, is Erica Kirk and Charlie Kirk's children. Now, I noticed this before, but it's really stood out to me since. Can anybody, anywhere, on any platform, Google, Instagram, YouTube, interviews, can anybody find
This is getting weirder by the second.
a solid photo of what Erica
Look at the way she's got her hands digging into her head, just pressing it. This is not her girl. She's directing. This is so sick. This, you know what? This is really unfortunate because this situation has turned me off. I mean, I already was soured by the justice system. I already was soured by the medical system. This throws me over the edge. This guy and this chick, and he's not a good guy. The more I dig up on him, I am like almost to vomiting stage when I see these two. They were never married, and these are not her children. And always with the same two pigtails, which is fine. My sister was hooked on doing pigtails for a long time. Look at her hands and these horrible fingernails digging into her little girl's head, and that's not her little girl. This is not a natural, and she's always holding this kid. Gigi also looks like a 6'6", 7'3". Yeah.
and Charlie Kirk's children looks like. Yep, you heard me right. Because that matters. Because you have some.
I can't believe no one ever had a cell phone picture of her. And her arms right here are not around Erica. She's just laying on her, taking a nap, putting her head down. Who walks around with their kid like that I despise these people.
People who are going as far to say that they believe that this Erica Kirk and this Charlie Kirk relationship was completely arranged and that they probably weren't together like the public thought that they were. Much like how a lot of celebrity relationships are.
Those kids are not related to them.
Arranged.
She walks around with a Jesus t-shirt. What a disgusting.
To make power couples, to bring in more fans, more attention, a better dynamic.
Opening the door to what?
Dynamic, because whenever you have a spouse, it just looks better. Sort of how that works in the industry, in the music industry or in Hollywood. What makes it any different here? I went to Erica Kirk's Instagram, and just about everywhere I went to look, it's very difficult to find any photo, not only of their children, whether they're in interviews, whether they're out to eat, whether they're at the zoo, whether they're walking in the park, they always have their children's face hidden. But it's also very difficult.
A lot of this is mannequinism too. Ew! Oh!
Difficult to find any pictures of Erica Kirk pregnant, even though it's easy to fake pregnant.
There are no pictures of her available. I've already gone through every search engine there is.
It was very difficult to find that. Now, for those of you who want to be devil's advocate, you're going to say, well...
Speaking of which, that kid just had the devil horn hairdo.
I mean, a lot of parents do that, right? Like, I know for a fact, J. Cole, the rapper J. Cole, is very difficult to find his children anywhere on the internet as well, right? But I think you can find one or two photos of what they look like. It's because he wants to keep his children out of the spotlight. He don't...
I don't see. That's a new phenomenon for me.
Want to ever use it. He's talked about this in his music. Over the years, he does not want his children to be used to gain attention or sympathy or more fans. He wants people to like him for his music or dislike him for his music. He don't want to use his family for that reason. Are you all going to make that same argument for a person like Charlie Kirk and Erica Kirk, who encourage people to get married, have children?
That's a doll. Oh my God. It's a doll in a stroller. Oh no, I have to start it over. Where am I here? Oh crap. Ugh, isn't this bullshit? Yeah. We'll just go like that, and we'll have to start over. Wow. Wow. Okay. The golden age.
If you are not yet a member of the Patreon, link Donald Trump himself. But I'm not done. The biggest red flag, in my opinion, whether you all agree with me or not, is Erica.
Oh, I
turn. They'll cut the video short before their child's face is shown. That's
don't have any children.
weird to me. That's weird to me. Now, for those of you who want to say, Didi, what's your point? What do you on the internet as well, right? But I think you can find 1 or 2 photos of what they look like. It's because he wants to keep his children out of the spotlight. He don't want to ever use it. He's talked about this in his music over the years. He does not want his children to be used to gain attention or sympathy or...
Don't forget, if she was part of this Romanian Angels thing, I mean, does she not want her, quote, children, end quote, to be identified because someone might say, hey, that's my kid? Just a thought.
More fans. He wants people to like him for his music or dislike him for his music. He don't want to use his family for that reason. Are you all going to make that same argument for a person like Charlie Kirk and Erica Kirk, who encourage people to get married, have children, build a legacy? You're going to not show what your children look like? And it's very, very orchestrated. In every video and photo, they go out their way to make sure their children's faces is completely turned. They'll cut the video short before their child's face is shown. That's weird to me. That's weird to me. Now, for those of you who want to say, Didi, what's your point? What are you getting at? Well, I don't fully know what I'm getting at outside of the fact that, once again, there are many more red flags when it comes to this situation. Things aren't adding up, and there's a certain picture that's being painted here. And the more and more we investigate, it's becoming more and more obvious to me that these people that are placed in front of us are not who we think. Even though we want to believe that so badly, they're just not. I don't want right? So at the very least, that's what I'm stating. Right? Will I go as far to say that this relationship was arranged? I'm open to believing that. I'm also open to believing that this assassination may have not been an assassination. Right? I'm not going to full out come on and just say that as of yet, but
assassination? Give me a break. You know, I mean, let's look up the definition of that. He wasn't a political leader. The whole time he ran his organization, he got about 300 people here in this state. I know you guys are thinking, oh, you know, it's just Milwaukee. It's just, nah, it's big. Nah, it's nothing like New York or Chicago. Oh, well, it's very similar to Chicago. It's just on a smaller scale. Believe me, I know this place. Okay.
I'll include the video that's convinced me that Charlie Kirk may have even been in on it. I'll include that version on Patreon. Because, of course, for obvious reasons, I can't include that on. Come on and just say
all he does is say, I can't do this, I can't do that, because he's making like 10 cents a video.
As of yet, but I'll include the video that's convinced me that Charlie Kirk may have even been in on it. I'll include that.
Of course he was in on it.
That version on Patreon. Because, of course, for obvious reasons, I can't include that on YouTube, but I will.
Oh my God, that's all he says the whole video. I'm very annoyed by people who do that.
I'll say this, I'll make it free for everybody to watch. You don't have to pay, you just have to become a free member to watch it. So I will include that on Patreon, and you do not have to pay a dime to watch it. But yeah, and I want to state this again. I made a post yesterday. Yes, I'm skeptical of Candace Owens, like many of you are, because she has incredible reach, and you can't get reach like that as we've seen unless you're controlled, right?
Yeah.
The Catholicism piece, I don't understand it. It's cringe. It's like,
it is cringe because she's not Catholic. Oh, wait, her cross is gone.
I'm with Candace 99% of the things that she talks about, and then she starts talking about Catholicism. I'm like,
don't knock Catholicism, but why is this video part black and white and part color? Oh, she's terrible.
Candace, stop. Like I start twitching. I'm like, I don't get it. You have a team, the level of research, and you're talking about this Mary stuff. Like, it's odd to me. It's odd. So I'm not.
Well, I actually take offense at that, but that's okay.
Saying that Candace Owens is one of us, but I have to give credit where it's due.
So Candace thinks she's like Mary, Mother of God, too? Boy.
She's
Wait a minute.
talking about all the things.
Wow. I actually have to get my holy water out because these people are so blasphemous and so sick.
Things that we talk about on this channel.
Whew.
Freemasonry. Candace has covered that multiple times on her channel. She's talked about Israel. She's talked about the people who run Hollywood. She has talked about it. Yes, sometimes they put people in position to pretend as if they're for us, but they're controlled opposition. But typically in those roles, they take us towards the truth, and then they just long enough where we start to trust them, and then they derail. They take us in that direction, or they take us in that direction, or they take us backwards. In my opinion, based on what I've been following with Candace, not only has she continued to go towards I'll put it this way, the same direction I'm going as it pertains to trying to seek the truth, but Candace Owens has also encouraged other people to do their own research and not take her own word. That's not normally what people say if they're trying to trick you. That's all I'm going to say. Y'all in the comment section.
Actually, you were saying something else and you edited it out.
As always, though, give me your thoughts, man. Once again, the
And you want to be one of them. Potential podcaster. Which is unfortunate because you're editing, you're self-censoring because of, quote, YouTube. Well, you're not the real deal then. Nah, I don't.
The version and the extended version of this can be found on Patreon. I'm Demetrius. I go by Didi. Until next time. Peace.
Now, what is that sign? I go by Didi.
If you are not yet a member of the Patreon, link is in the description. Please consider becoming a member, as you will have access to many videos you cannot find here on YouTube.
I guess. Can I just end this? Okay, we've got that. All right. Well, okay. Well, this is some sick stuff.